What's up, guys? Your boys, 20K13. I'm going to talk about sports video game wish list for 2016. Is it too early to send Santa Claus our video game wish list for 2016? I know we 9 months away from Christmas, but video game fans are an impatient breed. The news that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 will be releasing sometime this year put Matthew Cater of Game Informer got us thinking, what sports video game would we love to see return in 2015? Checking out some of the top releases over the years, we found 10 perfect candidates. Here are those selections. College Hoop 2K16. One of the crowning achievements from 2K Sports as a company was its College Hoop series. Back when video games with NCAA moniker was being produced, the College Hoop franchise was one of the best offerings around, similar to the NBA 2K franchise. College Hoop flowed thanks to a powerful game engine. The crowd roared and arena shook, and all of that led to countless modes a player could enjoy without threading intended water. The only way we would get a reboot of his classic is if the NCAA figures out a way to properly compensate its athletes. Hopefully, that time comes soon. Besides payment being long overdue for those individuals who play the sports, it's been a dreadful wasteland without college hoop around. Skate 4. The release of Skate 4 is something that absolutely unequivocally has to happen, dating back to 2007 when EA Sports crafted this franchise. Skate took virtual skateboarding to a whole different level. The realism and timing mechanism was so on point. But the one area where Skate really stood above the rest was in the visual department. The game looked beautiful, landscape was rich, and colors were expressive. Skate 4 has to go down. Without it, gamers across the world are being robbed of profession. NFL 2K16. By now, you probably realize that 2K Sports produce great video games when it wants to. With NFL fans being forced to only play EA Sports Madden franchise, we lost the luxury of healthy competition. The NFL 2K installment was some of the best games around. They offer a strong alternative to the world of Madden and kept the lane of competition open and current. Even to this day, folks will argue that NFL 2K5 is still the top football game ever developed. And who can argue with that? The graphics, gameplay, and user mode still hold up. It's unlikely that we'll see the return of this title anytime soon. In 2014, Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk mentioned that EA Sports exclusive license is still alive and well for at least a few more years. Mike Tyson Punch-Out! Reboot of Mortal Kombat, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and others in recent times have ushered in an era where we can keep our fingers crossed that old gem will be unearthed once more. In that vein, Mike Tyson Punch-Out! Would be the perfect reboot candidate. It's endless fun that comes in a minimal way. Sure, we had a Wii version a few years ago, but it was nothing to write home about. With Tyson's popularity booming once again, you could even bring a satirical element to the game if you wanted to. No matter how the cut turned out, incorporating Mike Tyson Punch-Out! Back into our lives is a necessary step toward regaining our video game sanity. MVP Baseball 2016. No baseball video game will ever be as good as MVP Baseball 2005. Without question, argument, or even a political debate, it's one of the top video games ever created. In a perfect world, EA Sports will reboot this series and give baseball fans a chance to be happy again. The news of that happening will be like Christmas all over again. When a game is still relevant 10 years after its initial release, you know you created something special. In other words, we really need MVP baseball back in our lives. NBA Street 2016. Having a bunch of realistic NBA games is nice. There are few things as satisfying as draining the three with Stephen Curry on some poor throws. But sometimes we need a little ridiculousness. In the mid-2000s, EA Sports went about its business, releasing classic after classic. NBA Street Volume 2 was one of those games. Streets was like NBA Jam hopped up on a Halloween-induced sugar rush. The playable character roster was deep, the game mode was non-stop, and the graphics was streamlined. Basketball fans haven't gotten a game like NBA Street Volume 2 in years. Isn't it time we rebooted this legendary franchise? ECW Hardcore Revolution. Before you question my sanity, you have to hear me out. ECW Hardcore Revolution wasn't a good wrestling game. When it hit shelves in 2000, the game engine was antiquated and slow, and it's sad that Hardcore Revolution was so terrible. Had the folks at ECW mustered up a stronger version, perhaps it would have shifted the company image towards the end. Anyway, the point of rebooting a game like this is to bring back the glory days. ECW as a brand was outstanding, and now that WWE had essentially absorbed the rights to the company, it would be great if it gave fans a throwback game to feast on. Load the ECW roster into it, give the game a new set of mechanics, and slap the Hardcore Revolution title on it. The fans deserve at least one quality ECW video game, even if it's 15 years too late. NBA Live 2016. Similar to what we talk about with NFL 2K giving Madden a healthy dose of competition, NBA Live needs to get back to form in order to push some boundaries. At its best, NBA Live was a fast-paced, arcade-like game with a lush franchise mode and a ton of really great mechanics to go along with it. At its worst, where NBA Live became an unplayable heap of trash. There has to be a way to recreate that magic in order for our wish list to be complete. Getting the old NBA Live back needs to go down. NCAA Football 2016. It's not a coincidence that EA Sports keep popping up on the list. The company has been a pioneer in the sports video game world. One of the brand's best series in that respect was the highly coveted NCAA Football 1. While complaints have been scuffled around surrounding the last few installments of Madden, NCAA football was usually never subject to recall. The gameplay was always tight. On top of that, Dynasty Mode set the world on fire, mastering the art of building a college powerhouse and recruiting talent was the best time a gamer could have. If constipation is ever figured out between NCAA and athletes, we love to see NCAA football make its triumph return. And finally, WWE No Mercy. How is it possible that the best wrestling video game of all time was released in 2000? WWF No Mercy was not only groundbreaking, but it was also timeless. To this day, you can still play that game for hours on end. No disrespect to the WWE and its recent string of games, but No Mercy has never been matched. The recent WWE 2K series had its moment, but it's nothing like No Mercy. Perhaps the brain trust behind the latest game can somehow get us back to those days. This one is a wish that probably will never come to fruition. But if we learn anything from the return of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, it's that anything is possible. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.